I'm joined now at Trinity University for the SCAC Media Day with Trinity Men's Basketball. I'm joined with head coach Pat Cunningham and junior guard Matt Jones. So, Coach, your team's been practicing a little bit for a few weeks now. Talk about what you've seen from your returners so far.
Well, we've had about a little over 2 weeks of practice thus far, and we've been going through some changes. We have a couple of returners that have chosen not to be with us this year, so we've had some subtraction, but I think it's addition by subtraction. So our squad size is a little bit smaller, and so our returners, I think, have really worked hard in the offseason. The thing I've noticed is that both our strength and conditioning levels have been improved from a year ago. And then the other thing, I think the biggest change that I've noticed is our togetherness, our attitude, our willingness to work each day in practice has been really exciting for me as a coach. So that part of it from a esoteric standpoint has been really, really good. And then basketball wise, we're just still learning how to play together with each other. Even though we have everybody but Jimmy Clark and Ben Beatty chose not to return. He's went home to Seattle. But even though we have a lot of starters returning, we have different roles and different configurations in terms of groups on the floor. So the older guys in the mix with the newer guys, we've kind of been looking at how to play together and how we want to play both offensively and defensively. So it's been exciting because they've been working hard, and it's also been a learning experience trying to figure out what we're going to do.
All right. Now, on the flip side of that, let's talk about how your newcomers have adjusted to the program.
Yeah, I think we've got a good group. We've got 4 or 5 first years, and then we also have Danny Rivera, who really is a new player. He practiced with us in the preseason, got hurt after the second game, so basically he's a newcomer. And then Aaron Knopp, who's a junior, didn't play last year at all because again he was hurt. So we've got those two plus our freshmen, our first years, and I think they really adjusted well. I think that the maturity level of those freshmen and their playing abilities are going to add to our team. I think some of them are going to get some playing time. We've had one of them, Karthik Reddy, who's from San Antonio, who's been hurt and has not been able to practice with us yet. And I think he can help once he gets healthy, if he gets healthy. So, and then we've got Brooks Mays and Colin Jones and Tyler Peavy from Smithson Valley here in San Antonio. But those three, along with Karthik, I think are going to help this basketball team as we go through it. So we've been learning to play together. I think that their adjustment to the college game has been pretty good in the first 2 weeks, and they're learning the difference in the speed and the work ethic and what's needed at the college level.
Okay, so you're no stranger to winning conference titles. What have you seen so far from this team that makes you think that you can maybe bring that back to San Antonio this year?
Well, that's always the goal. That's when we start the season. That's what we're working towards, and that's what we want to do. So, I think again, the things I mentioned before. I think we've got the guy sitting next to me here, Matt, who was an all-conference player as point guard. We got AJ Pulliam, who was an all-conference player at the forward level, and then we've got as I mentioned, Danny and Aaron, and then a couple other guys that are coming, returning that had some significant minutes in the past. Nick Oakes and Matt Cauliflower and then Isaiah Specs are all returning guys who had significant minutes last year. So I think from an experience standpoint, once we get together and get our style together and get better both offensively and defensively, I think that talent-wise, I think that we match up with most teams, if not all teams in the conference. And then it's just a matter of performance and playing well and learning to play together and giving that effort that's necessary and the consistency to do it. So, I definitely think this team is capable. There's no question in my mind that we can compete for the conference championship, whether it be regular season or tournament or both. That's our goal, and that's what we're looking forward to at least trying to do.
Alrighty, so last question for you, Coach. For someone who's watching your team play for the first time, what do you hope they walk away with?
Well, I think the things that we've talked about as a team, the two things I think are as they watch us play is togetherness and effort. I mean, I think that if you walk away and say, hey, those guys get along, they play together well, and they enjoy each other, and just play the game the way it's supposed to be played, and that they give the effort necessary day in and day out, or game in and game out to be successful.
Alrighty. So Matt, Coach talked a little bit about what he's seen from y'all this preseason. From a player's perspective, how has this preseason been going for y'all?
Preseason's been off to a good start. I mean, like he said, we've only been practicing together 2.5 weeks now, but I think we're coming together, and like he said, we've lost some guys, but I think that's made the group we have left closer, and I'm really excited for the group of guys we got going into this season together. We're still figuring out what we want to do offensively and defensively, but we'll get there. So.
Okay. So you're a junior now. How's it been adjusting to maybe more of a leadership role on this team?
I mean, I've kind of been a leader the first couple of years I've been here, but every year I think I've taken more and more of a step of becoming a better leader, and so I just want to keep moving in the right direction and do whatever I can to help our team be the best we can be.
Okay, so maybe over the summer and preseason, what have you been working on personally to help improve your own game?
So the biggest issue for me this summer was getting healthy. Had some nagging injuries down the end of last year, and I really just wanted to be 100% when I came back this year. And so that was big for me. And then beyond that, like Coach said, strength and conditioning was something that everybody on the team needed to improve on, and so I made that a focus in the off season.
Okay, so maybe what are some of your own maybe personal goals for this season, as well as maybe some of the team goals that y'all have made?
My personal goal is to lead our team to the conference championship. That's the first thing on the target list, and then after that it comes making the NCAA tournament and making some noise there, because I've never been to the NCAA tournament, and I'm really excited to see what this team can do and have an opportunity to get there this year.
Alrighty, this has been the SCAC Media Day here with Trinity Men's Basketball.